Shalom, 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 shalom. Once again, you're not under the sounds of the voice. Kahan Tazadak, the deprogramming lightning. This is your house work. And I got my Israel on here. Also sent the link out to David, Marty Ma. I'll see if they tune in. But I wanted to continue on about giving you some right knowledge and education through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah on unlawful arrest, police brutality. And so today we're going to talk about breach of the peace and felony arrest. And this is all about resisting police brutality on Black people. You know, I'm just actually using the term Black people because that's what most of you can relate to. Me, myself, I'm an Israelite. And again, I'm going to ask all of you under the sounds of our voice to join the anti-police brutality commandos. Join the anti-police brutality commandos. Email tazadokshah@yahoo.com. That information is in the room. Again, don't talk about it. Be about it. Join the anti-police brutality commandos. Email tazadokshah@yahoo.com, and I will help you develop the warrior mindset, because apparently most of our men don't have it. In fact, Israel, it seems like more sisters are willing to step up than these men with these pussy impact problems. So, you know, all you men, all you so-called warrior Israelites, take off your damn pink panties, gird up your loins like a man, and get on board. Stop waiting for a mystery to come from the sky and save you. Your faith without works is absolutely dead on its feet. And you're nothing merely just a valley of dry bones. So the book of First Timothy's, are you there, Israel?
Go on.
Yeah, do you have your sword on you?
I'm getting it right now.
Yeah, the book of First Timothy's 6:12 says, fight the good fight of the faith. So all of you under the sounds of our voice, both sisters and brothers, Akim and Akwatim, are you fighting the good fight of faith? Do you have the faith if you stand up to the racist America? That if you stand up to police brutality? That if you stand up to these Hispanics that's coming up against us? Everyone seemed to be against this, man. Do you have the faith to fight the good fight? As it says in 1 Timothy 6:12, and know that the Most High is going to pull you through. Because it's not going to happen, man, by you just sitting there. No one is coming to save you without works. So you got to take hold of the eternal life to which you were called and about which you were made, the good confession in the presence of many witnesses. That's 1 Timothy 6:12. And if you're not willing to stand up and fight like men, then you should die, Negro. All you niggers and niggerettes, just die then. You men need to gird up your loins like a man. You know what? When the scriptures say gird up your loins, you know that means a man is supposed to get ready for battle. That means you're supposed to tuck your garment inside of your belt, which is called a girdle, and you get ready to go out for war. This is why you hear me quote it so much. Gird up your loins like a man. Most of you are not ready for that. Most of you don't want to do that. We had brother Ricky on here yesterday when I was on talking peace talk. He not Ricky. Richard. He got a AR in one hand and he's talking peace. That's confusion. That's like a man going to war, but he's wearing a peace symbol. Come on, man. You gotta gird up your loins like a man. Show that you're worthy of this. Not like a set, not like a weakling, not like a punk, but like a man. The man is the highest form of creation under the Most High, man. Hey, get the book of Job. I think it's 38, verse 3.
All right, give me 1 second.
Job 38 and 3. Then Job 40, verse 7. The Most High had to tell you many times to do that. Because why? He knows that you're not courageous enough, man. You got men. I mean, come on, we're dying wholesale, Israel. Almost every damn day you turn on the Tell Live Vision, more of us are dying. And they getting away scot-free. Yeah, I done a live stream this morning, man, on Facebook, and I was telling people you should use the uprising, the German uprising of 1811 as an example of what you Negroes need to do, man, to get your freedom. Nobody's going to give you freedom, man. Can't you see that? You've been talking that same old damn talk for over damn near 400 years. And you think you're free, but you're really not. You see, you're not, man. You're a damn second-class citizen. Don't you know the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court said that anyone of African ancestry could never be a United States citizen? Never. That's why they deem you 3/5 of a human being, man. They never intended to accept you, man. Donald Trump knows that. The curtain's open, man. The world could see what's going on. Everyone could see it, but you Negroes, man. Hey, you got that, good brother?
Khan, you said 38 and 3?
Con.
Job 38 and 3. Gird up thy loins like a man, for I would dip. Salakia. I had to run upstairs. Salakia. Gird up thy loins. Gird up thy loins like a man, for I demand thee, and answer thou me.
Con. So the Most High said you're gonna answer. So he's saying you tuck your garment into your waist and you get ready for war. That's what that means. He says it again in Job 40, verse 7. Gird up thy loins like a man. I will demand of thee and declare thou unto me. Most of our people just keep trying to create excuses, man.
Khan.
Richard, I mean, you guys wasn't on yesterday, man. Richard was on. He just want to talk peace and we should get our own land. When we was talking about, listen, man, we're not going to get this, man, without defending ourselves. We're not going to win. Well, then die then, man. At least you'll get more respect, man. You'll be a damn martyr. Instead of acting like a sissy and keep bowing over, man. Stop being a damn butty boy for the damn system. The system's a damn pimp.
Khan.
And you're the horse. The system's a pimp, but I refuse to be a hoe, man. They keep pimping you, man. Making you promises, man. It's kind of like the whole thing of your sons and daughters waiting on a damn Santa Claus. That's the mindset that they have you in, man. So we're going to go into some more of the law because we not only need to know how to fight physically, we need to know how to fight right here, mentally. Because one of the major wars is going on is a war within inside your mind, man. The war in your mind. Now, what is a breach of peace? So what we're going to talk about today, John Brown, is a breach of peace and felony arrest. What is a breach of peace? See, a breach of peace may be generally defined as a violation of the public order which amounts to a disturbance of the public tranquility. Is that not what they was trying to say was going on? Good brother Israel, when all these protests was going on.
Con.
Yeah, but what they wasn't really being honest about is that many racist groups was behind the burnings and lootings, like Antifa and other racist groups. But you so-called blacks is getting blamed for it. But we didn't see. I didn't see. I don't know about you, Israel. I didn't see not one person from Antifa get gunned down in the street, get choked out to death on national television or on a video that went viral. I didn't see one of them. It just keeps happening to us. We get tased to death. We get shot for damn traffic. How in the hell a man ends up dying for a traffic violation, for a DUI, when he's running away?
Con. And
They
Esau.
have no value for our lives, man. White cop pulls out a gun and gun him down in cold blood like it's nothing. And then the man was trying to be cooperative. If it was one of you probably would have gave him a damn escort home and left his car there. It happens. I seen it when I was a military police. One Edomite MP military police giving another Edomite a ride home, leaving his car there. So it is clear that not every misdemeanor is a breach of the peace according to the definition that I gave. So to constitute a breach of the peace, I need you to hear me well, man. Because if you go out here, you need to know the law. You need to know how to conduct yourselves, which is why we've been asking you for what now? Over a month, Israel, to join the anti-police brutality commandos. These boys won't step up. We're trying to take you from boys to men. Because right now you're just boys trapped inside of a man's frame, in a man's body. You don't have no damn heart. So it's clear not every misdemeanor is a breach of the peace. So to constitute a breach of the peace, there must be some violence. Understand that. Remember I said that. Terrence. To constitute a breach of the peace, there must be some violence. So you tell me how in the hell, if you're playing loud music, Israel, the damn racist white cop come up and say you're breaching the peace. See, I know the law. I mean the contract. Wait, contract is law, and law is contract. But I know what the law states. I don't give a damn what a racist white cop says. The law states that to constitute, and by the way, since I'm speaking on commerce, let me say this is not legal advice. I do not offer legal advice, Jay Sofa. If you need legal advice, seek yourselves a competent counsel, then please be advised. Everything I'm giving you is strictly for educational, informational, entertainment purposes only. Don't take it as legal advice. This is right knowledge. This is Yahweh's work, not Esau's work. This is not the work of man. And by the way, tonight also tune in at 8:30 to the True Disciples of Christ Bible Tuesday night Bible study. That's going to be at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, again, I reiterate, Nico, to constitute a breach of the peace, there must be some violence or harm existing or threatened to occur to persons, to property, to health, or to morals. Affray, assault, riotous conduct, or destruction of property make up the largest part of what could actually be called a breach of the peace. So explain to me, John Brown, how in the hell does a racist white cop trying to come and write me a citation for playing music too hard? Or your music's too loud? Breach of the peace. So say you, that's a statute. See, this is the majority of cases of a breach of the peace is some violence. Some actual violence is present. In some states, there has been attempts to expand the meaning of breach of the peace, right? Watch this. Watch this. To include all indictable misdemeanors. But this must be confessed and doing serious violence to a simple expansion, easily as well as understood. So some of the types of breaches of the peace are, let's say, number one, a breach of peace includes acts of public turbulence, acts of violence, or intending to produce violence, or intending to incite violence, disturbance of the public tranquility by yelling, hollering, or uttering loud and vicious language, making disturbing noises on a public street by one in a state of intoxication. He's drunk. Wanting discharge of firearms in a public place. Engaging in a fray or in assaults. See, all of this is breach of the peace, man. Uttering abusive, profane, indecent, or otherwise provocative language. That's breach of the peace. So, in discussing this, what constitutes breach of the peace, the Supreme Court in North Kakalaki, North Carolina, John Brown, held that a breach of the peace is a public offense done by violence or one causing or likely to cause an immediate disturbance of public order. So breaches of the peace are acts which are malin in se, being wrongful or evil by their nature. And so knowing thus, acts which are malin, prohibitable, are those acts made wrong merely by a statute. It cannot be classed as a breach of the peace. Cop said, well, you're violating statute such and such, Israel. You're breaching the peace. You're playing your music too loud. Nuh-uh, baby. That's not a breach of the peace. That's a statute. See, those acts which constitute a breach of the peace have been settled throughout the course of the common law. The legislator, so-called government, cannot declare any act as they choose to be a breach of the peace. But this is what they're trying to do. So the nature of the act determines if it's the common law definition of the breach of the peace. The act that's or only malin prohibitable include things like liquor prohibition laws, right? Prohibition laws, traffic laws, labor laws, health laws, food laws, building codes, and zoning ordinance safety acts, game laws, and very many other police regulations. Without a statute, most acts constituting these offenses are really innocent acts. They're not breaches of the peace. But a damn constable will come and write you a citation and maybe even arrest you for breach of the peace, when that's not what's really going on. But you don't know the law. I mean the contract. Wait, contract is law. Watch this, right? A parade on the street is not of itself a breach of the peace, though it could actually constitute one, right? Loud noise. The carrying of arms, I mean a gun, right? God uniform divine, God. So the carrying of arms in a quiet, peaceful, and orderly manner, conceal or about the person, is not a breach of the peace, nor does such an act of itself tend to be a breach of the peace. A mere trespass is not a breach of the peace and does not impose criminal liability upon the wrongdoer. Driving an automobile, I reiterate, while intoxicated, it constitutes a breach of the peace, right? You can hurt, you kill someone. Indecent exposure. You outside naked. Like, what's that damn fool now that's trying to come forth from Black Lives Matter and Jamie Foxx, that damn idiot. Don't you know this jackass was running around naked once, shooting basketball naked? The hell's wrong with our people, man? Then he gonna come on like he's a leader, man. You can tell by the laugh, man. They always had that goofy laugh. So, you know, this indecent exposure, as well as walking in public naked or nearly naked or indecent dress, is disruptive of the morals of society and constitutes a breach of the peace. I got a question for you, Israel. How come these damn women that dress like a garden tool, she goes out style like a harlot? Why is she not cited for breach of the peace? Because they love it. They love to prostitute the daughters of Zion.
God.
They love it. But that is supposed to be literally a breach of the peace. That's a breach of the peace. But that's, you see it in Hollywood. You see it all in the media. That's condoned and praised. But they'll get us on something small. But they'll allow her to walk around damn near naked in a sheer lace. Her boobs pushed together by a training bra. When the bra comes off, they drop all the way down to a damn navel. Using deception, witchcraft to lure you in. Spandex clothing on. Biker pants. You can see the imprint of a vagina, but that's not breach of the peace to them. But it really is, according to the law. This is all breach of the peace, man. But they don't want to enforce that, man. So the legislator, they tend to declare what they want as a breach of the peace. Indecent exposure is a breach of the peace. Our women dressed damn near naked or naked is breach of the peace. So how in the hell do they have new beaches, Israel?
Wickedness.
Wicked, man.
Con.
Indecent dress. That's disrupted of the morals of society and constitutes a breach of the peace. Blasphemy of Yahweh. Why Yahweh Shah is a public breach of the peace. How many people get arrested for that? They don't give a damn about that, man. But it's a breach of the peace, according to the law, according to the real law. See, a mere violation of public decorum or a penal law does not constitute a breach of the peace. Conduct merely amounting to the nuisance is not per se a breach of the peace. The sale of 15 dynamite caps to a 15-year-old boy did not constitute a breach of the peace. A theft is not in its nature a breach of the peace. A charge of disorderly conduct is a broader term than a breach of the peace, because a person who commonly commits a breach of the peace is necessarily guilty of disorderly conduct. However, all acts of disorderly conduct are not necessarily a breach of the peace. So, littering, for example, throwing trash down in the subway, or yelling are such cases. So, the breach of the peace is a common law offense, but it is not in itself a specific offense. And so, knowing thus, in a charge or indictment, the specific offense must be specified. Now, what if you're arrested for a breach of the peace? The damn cop does. NYPD does it all the time. And I'm sure in your city, they do it all the time. What if you're arrested for a breach of the peace, John Brown? See, in the struggle for the government is de facto to claim and to exercise greater powers of arrest. It has, this de facto, has unlawfully attempted to apply the common law rule for a breach of the peace arrest to all misdemeanors. All of them. This government's wicked as hell. So the general rule of law, not legal, but law under the common law for the arrest of misdemeanor offenses amounting to a breach of the peace is as follows. Number one, in cases of misdemeanors, a peace officer, like a private person, has at common law no power of arresting without a warrant, except when a breach of the peace has actually been committed in his presence, or there is reasonable ground for supposing that a breach of the peace is about to be committed or renewed in his presence. You should be using this, man, in your suit against these beasts that's killing us daily. But you don't. You just let them get away with it. And again, as you come into the room, go ahead and give a thumbs up. Show your support, but a donation will be even better. You could donate at at cash.me/$shop. So many of you get arrested on things that's not even lawful. It's just a legal statute. So an arrest can only be made to suppress and prevent the breach of the peace. And if the act ceases, there's no longer justification for the arrest without a warrant. Do you understand? I can't make this up, man. Why don't you use it against these damn beasts that's killing us in the street, man? What suits? You kill your own? It's 2:00. But you're just wanksters. Let me tell you something else, man. A constable, so-called cop, right? A constable cannot arrest, but when he sees an actual breach of the peace, and if the affray be over, he can arrest. And where a breach of the peace has been committed and was over, the constable the same way as any other person, namely by obtaining a warrant from the magistrate. Does everyone get that? Do you understand what I just read to you people? What am I citing to you? I'm citing a case law, man. He can't arrest you, man. If you was breaching, but if you stop, this constable came around, not without a warrant. He needs to go to a judge or a magistrate and get a warrant. He needs to go to a judge or magistrate and get a warrant. Do you understand? Now, what are you going to do? See, the rule for arrest without warrant involving misdemeanors were stated in the article of Michigan Law Review, and it stated neither a peace officer nor a private citizen may arrest a person for a misdemeanor which is not a breach of the peace. Do you understand? Check it out for yourself. Do you understand? See, it is common rule that an officer cannot arrest for a breach of the peace after it is actually ended. That's what the law says. When a breach of the peace, if he does, why not sue his ass? Why not sue the department, everyone that was involved? See, when a breach of the peace ceases, the reason for the arrest ceases. You understand? That being to stop or prevent the breach of the public order. Mr. Bishop, right, in his treatise on criminal procedure, speaking on the subject of arrest for breaches of the peace, stated, and I quote Mr. Bishop, he said, after the tumult is over, with no prospect of its renewal, it is too late to interfere without judicial process. And that other past misdemeanors are within the same rule, namely that a private person or even an officer cannot, without a warrant, arrest one for a misdemeanor committed on an occasion already passed. I can't make this up, man. So the principle held by the common law rule of arrest was that in order to prevent harm, violence, and disturbance to the public peace, it is necessary that the perpetrating such an act be promptly stopped by arrest. But where, however, the offense is accomplished, its prevention is no longer possible. Also, might I add, if the public order has been fully restored before the officer appears, the power to arrest without a warrant for a misdemeanor breach of the peace no longer exists. You don't know this law, man. They've been getting you on nonsense, on frivolous charges, when you should have been charging them. Do you understand? So for the end by which such authority to arrest is allowed to maintain the public peace is no longer attainable. So the occasions which would justify arrest without process for vagrancy, right, would indeed be very rare. And you know what vagrancy means? It's like a homeless person, right? That kind of arrest is not justified, man. They arrest homeless all the time when they feel like it. What's the immediate danger, man, of a homeless person laying on the street asking someone for fiat currency? What is the immediate danger to the public or private security? None that I'm aware of. It's just the de facto controlling you. See, under the American common law, no one could be required to give an account of themselves. Do you understand? You can't incriminate yourself. or to show they have a visible means of support, or that they have employment. You're not required to do that. Where do you work at? I'm going to remain silent right here. Where are you going? I'm going to remain silent right here. See, as part of the right to life, all have a right to choose how to live and how to support themselves, and no government act can interfere with that right. If a homeless person want to live on the damn street and panhandle, it is wrong for this de facto to send out their damn minions and to arrest those people. They don't want you to get the money. They don't want the homeless to get the money because they want it. I hasten to tell you, family, the majority of misdemeanor offenses would not fall in the class of a breach of the peace, which allows the immediate intervention of authority by arrest. Why? As they are not an offense of a grave nature, or because they do not actually disturb the public peace. Many of you that's getting arrested for civil issues, it is wrong. You just don't know the damn law. But you'll stand on the corner with your damn Bibles and wait for your white Messiah to come from the sky, and you'll lie and say he's black. Because you're just a Negro. See, an arrest for the breach of the peace and the officer's presence must be made promptly, either at the time of the offense or as soon as the circumstances permit. If the officer does not act immediately after so when an officer, after having seen a breach of the peace committed, departs on other business or for other purposes, and afterwards returns, he cannot, without a warrant, make an arrest. But where the officer finds it necessary to procure assistance, a reasonable time may be employed in pursuit. So in such a case, the officer must at once set about the arrest and follow up the efforts until the arrest is effected. An unreasonable delay will make the arrest invalid. So in order to justify a delay, there should be a continual attempt on the part of the officer to make the arrest. See, it's been erroneously stated that officers were authorized to break in a house or building to prevent the commission of any crime without a warrant. That's invalid information. Please, please, please don't break in my house. Please. I'm a very strong Second Amendment supporter. That's exaggeration of the true law, folks. You need to learn the law. That's an exaggeration of the law on the matter. You want the law? He's a thousand ducks, show me the law. Okay, I will show you the law. The law states the authority of a constable to break open doors and arrest without a warrant is confined to cases where treasons or felonies has been committed, or if there is an affray or a breach of the peace in his presence. That's Harold P.C. Hawkins. So unless a felony is taking place, he's not authorized to do it. But they getting you. They coming and knocking your damn door for a student loan, for a debt. And you just suffer peacefully. Just like you're down at the hands of this damn police brutality. You continue to suffer peacefully. See, the cases in which a breach of the peace occurs in the presence of an officer when done in the building would be very rare. The cases of felony and treason in such cases would almost often occur while the felon was pursued into a building by the officer. Public drunkenness, right? Unaccompanied by language or conduct which creates a breach of the peace will not justify arrest without a warrant. So what I'm saying to you, good brother Israel, you know these jackasses, they'll pull you over. You have an open container. You might have been sipping on some of it. And they take you in. That's not a breach of the peace, man. That's supposed to be a civil offense. How in the hell are they arresting you on a day? You're not threatening anyone.
Gone.
You haven't injured anyone. But you just don't know the law. They hit you with a statute. To hell with a damn statute. What does the law say? Show me the law. It's a public drunkenness or open container law. Ain't no damn law. That's a statute, man. It's an act. It's a code. See, the public drunkenness must be accompanied by language or conduct that creates a breach of the peace. That when the cop was going to run, what was that brother name that they shot when he was running Israel a few weeks ago? The brother in Georgia?
Aubrey.
Yeah.
Gone.
No, not him. Not the jogger. I mean the brother that they stopped that was asleep in his car on the DUI.
Oh, Slacky. I don't remember the Ock name, but I know who you're talking about. And
I
the Wendy's.
uploaded it to my channel, man.
The Wendy's, right?
Yeah, the Wendy's. That wasn't a breach of the peace, man. The man wasn't using any kind of foul languages or threatening anyone or nothing. According to the real law, that was a forced arrest. They didn't have to arrest that man. That wasn't a breach of the peace. The real law is not being enforced, and you people don't know the law, man. Shot him in the damn back. Under the real law, that cop would get the same punishment that he delivered out. An eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, and a life for a life. That man didn't breach no peace, man. They creating all these statues and they keeping us as slaves. His language wasn't threatening any. He was running away. He needed a warrant to arrest that man. He didn't have a damn warrant. He told him to turn around, see in the eyes of someone that don't know the damn law. They was like, oh yeah, well, he's fleeing arrest. Like these dumbass constables were saying, well, yeah, he ran away. He had a right to do so. He hadn't breached the peace. He wasn't threatening. See, impudent, abusive, or offensive language addresses to a peace officer does not tend to be a breach of the peace. If I call the cop a damn pig, so damn what? I'm not breaching the peace. Maybe that's what he is. Because the way that you treat us is filthy. You behave like pigs.
Gone.
So even though it may provoke the officer to anger, you ain't got a damn thing that you should be doing to us. This is why we got to defend ourselves, man. This is why we telling people to join the anti-police brutality commandos, man. It's the only way to stop it, man. See, it has been held that the mere refusal to give one's name and address does not justify incarceration of a citizen. They do it all the damn time. You don't give me your name, I'm going to take you in. That's not a damn breach of the peace, man. That's a statute. That's a violation of someone's code or statute. What am I giving you? I'm giving you the law, man. Why don't you give it back to them? Why don't you start bringing some damn lawsuits? Threatened breach of the peace, huh? See, an officer cannot arrest because he thinks or has suspicion that a breach of the peace might be committed. The cause for arresting upon such cases must be when a breach of the peace is threatened or its occurrence is imminent. So in determining when officers may interfere with an arrest to prevent a threatened breach of the peace, the Supreme Court of Michigan stated, and I quote, "We are of opinion that a threat or others' indications of breach of the peace will not justify an officer in making an arrest unless the facts are such as would warrant the officer in believing an arrest is necessary to prevent an immediate execution thereof, as where a threat is made coupled with some overt act and attempt execution thereof. The objective of permitting an arrest under such circumstances is to prevent a breach of the peace, where the facts show danger of its being immediately committed." So, if this is not taking place, the bastard is not justified in arresting you and me. I would sue his ass. I'm not giving you any legal advice. I'm just telling you what I would do. I would sue his ass, or her ass, or their ass. See, in a common law rule, it is a very, very precise rule. It's a common law rule that an officer cannot arrest for a breach of the peace after it has actually ended. When a breach of the peace ceases, the reason for the arrest ceases. So that being to stop or to prevent the breach of the public order. Do you understand? That's what it is, family. So knowing thus the interpretation of the officer in a threatened breach of the peace is not for the purpose of an arrest, but to prevent the disturbance or breach of the peace under the present minutes of violence. But they do it for the arrest. They do it for the arrest. The courts are almost unanimous in their holdings that a threatened breach of the peace will not justify an arrest without a warrant, unless the facts are such as would warrant the officer in believing an arrest was necessary to prevent an immediate execution thereof. As where the threat is made coupled with some overt act and attempt execution thereof. In such cases, the officer need not wait until the offense is actually committed. And so you know what they do? They take that and they flip it on you because they know you don't know the law. They know you don't know the law. They know you're not going to bring a lawsuit. They know most of you're not going to respond. Man. They whip your ass. You take the ass whipping. And you may leave with your life. Sometimes we often don't leave with our lives. See, family, the guideline then for making arrests on what is called a threatened breach of the peace is when the conditions are such that the threatened breach of the peace is imminent, or that it's obvious to the average person that it is going to occur. It's held by the Supreme Court of North Carolina. If not, the officer is not justified in doing so. Do you understand? North Carolina says, we think a breach of the peace is threatened if the offending person conducts under the surrounding facts and circumstances in such reasonably justifies a belief that the perpetration of an offense amounting to a breach of the peace is imminent. Now, since the nature of most breaches of the peace are such that cause violence to a person or property, the act which constitutes them or parent. so that one can readily see or hear them occurring. It is also said a breach of the peace is committed in one's presence when, by the use of his senses, he knows of it. It's commissioned by the person about to be arrested. And so, knowing thus, an arrest for a breach of the peace may be made when someone's senses affords him knowledge that he's being committed, whether through sight, hearing, or other senses. An arrest for a breach of the peace cannot be made on suspicion or belief. Big facts. An arrest for a breach of the peace cannot be justified merely upon belief or suspicion existing in the mind of the officer, but where the actions of the person and the surrounding circumstances are such as to indicate a threatened breach of the peace, the arrest may be lawful. Otherwise, it is not lawful. And so this happens to us every damn day. So, knowing thus, it is said that an officer cannot arrest for a misdemeanor or a breach of the peace based solely on information from another suspicion without a warrant. In no case can advice or information given after the arrest was made justify the arrest. Very important. You need to remember it. You need to memorize that. And so likewise, an arrest cannot be made for one purpose and then justified by another. But they do it all the time. And so my question to you is, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it, Marty Ma? Mr. Stewart, what are you going to do about it? So I think I've spoken enough on this breach of the peace. And the next time, I'll speak on the conditions of felony arrests. But I just wanted to cover this breach of the peace. And so now, I'll put the link in the room, see if you have anything you want to say, Marty Ma. David, if you're in there. Richard Stewart. Trina Faulkner. Israel, you got anything?
Con is I want to say is the constables they use the breach of the peace excuse to arrest mostly so-called black people, and realistically that's an assault because an unlawful arrest is an assault.
Con. And so just about when you look just about at all of these misdemeanors, the only reason that they could actually arrest you for it if you're breaching the peace. So if you're not breaching the peace, they're not supposedly lawfully arrest you without a warrant from a magistrate or a judge. But it happens all the time, and you allow them to get the damn warrant later. It happens all the time. Stop me where I'm lying at.
Con, all the time.
Marty Ma, what you got, man? Anyone in the room got anything? It happens all the time, man. Every day, all day. And the people are sheeple. They just follow along like sheep being led to the slaughter. You're getting slaughtered and you do nothing about it. You get angry and you bottle it all up inside. And I'll show you a fearful coward is. He'll get angry. He'll go and destroy his own damn neighborhood. He knows who the enemy is, but he won't do a damn thing. He'll destroy his own neighborhood. Or he'll kill one of his own. He'll go so damn angry, he'll beat his wife. But he's really not angry at her, man. He's angry at the real enemy. But you're a damn coward. You breach your damn peace every day. We peacefully going, traveling along in our conveyance, and they breaching our peace. Why are you stopping me? That's a breach of the peace right there. He's stopping, slamming you against the car, and so on and so forth. For what? For nothing. Because he know he can, and he knows 9.5 out of 10 times he's going to get away with it. Because you became accustomed to it, and you think that's what's supposed to happen. Marty Marr, what you got? Anyone in the room got anything? Oh, that's Marty Marr right there. He think that's what's supposed to happen, man. It's in the book of You're Not Connected. Yeah, Marty Marr. It happens every day, and it's still happening, and it's going to continue to happen as long as the only thing you do is going to stand on the damn streets and talk about what Hamashiach's going to return to do, while your ass is getting lynched. You're cowards. Zechariah 11 verse 5. Whose oppressors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. What was the verdict of Eric Garner? Marty Marr? What was the verdict of Eric Garner? Marty Marr? Not guilty. What was the verdict of Trayvon Martin? Not guilty.
Get bad reception.
We could go on and on and on.
Hold on, bro.
Sandra Bland. They keep going. They took her picture while she was passed. She passed away. They tried to Photoshop it and everything.
It goes on and on and on and on, man. Amadou Diallo. There's a brother named that was going to get married in Queens, man. They killed the brother, man, one day before his wedding. Forgot his name, man. NYPD guns him down like a dog, right? In the street.
That was years ago.
Yeah. Sean Bell. Again and again, man. That little young boy, man. Young boy was 14 years old, man. Gun him down in the street. Like nothing, man. Whose oppressors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. You think they don't see this? You think they don't know this is going on? Remember the Supreme Justice of the Supreme Court, Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, Roger Tatum, say that anyone of African ancestry must never become a U.S. citizen. So they declared you second-class citizens, and that's what you still are. That's what you are. You're nothing but a ham bone, a shine, a coon. That's how they see you, man. They'll let some of you get up to the big house so you can keep the others in line. Those that get up there, they tell them, oh, well, you should see, hey, look at me. Wow. The accent and everything changed. She might have been from the hood. You see her later, Isabel, her hair is blonde, straightened, fried, dyed, and laid to the side. Her skin is bleached. And she's talking at a high-pitched tone like Becky. Well, hold on, man. I grew up with you. You didn't talk like that. Same thing for the damn men. When they become so-called educated, they think they've arrived. You turn around and your back is to them, you don't know who the hell is talking. Whether it's an Edomite or a guy, yeah, sure. And yeah. The damn high-pitched voice. And you know, education does not, warrant someone to change their accent. That is purposely done because you hate who and what you are. And you think that you've been accepted. But at the end of the day, you're still just a jigaboo. You can like that, understand it or not. You better get that in your damn brain If not, you're going to die a damn slave. So you can stand up like men or women, or you could die, man. No one's coming to save you, man. I keep reiterating, without faith, without works, your faith is dead. Faith without works is dead, man. You waiting, your story of what you call Jesus and you Israelites, Hamashiach, coming in the sky, kind of reminds me of the Santa Claus story. You understand what I'm saying? It's the same kind of story. He's not going to save you until you first get up and do something for yourselves. Where's your works? I don't know works, man. He's not. I'm waiting. Damn near 500 years. Still waiting, huh? Book of James 2:14 says, what does it profit, my brethren, if someone says he has faith? Oh, yeah, I have faith in Jesus, my sweet Jesus. Yeah, Mashiach, Bahashim Hamashiach, Yahusha. And Negro, you won't even stand up for your damn wife and children, you damn coward. Die then, Negro. You damn Israelites, you're worse because you claim to be tough, man. You ain't tough, Negro. James 2:14 said, what does it profit, my brethren, if someone says he has faith but have no works? Oh, you waiting. You still looking. Taha had you guys waiting in the year 2000. That was 20 damn years ago, man. Waiting on top of the projects in New York. REI had you waiting on the projects, waiting for a Mashiach coming in the sky. Is that where you at? Look at yourself, Negro. You worse off now than you was then. And you still falling for the same story? Same story. Reindeers fly in the sky. But you get some works, man. You're not going to be saved. You better man up. You better gird up your loins like a man. Scripture goes on and says, can faith save him? If a brother or sister is naked and destitute of food, and one of you say to them, depart in peace, be warned and filled, but you do not give them things which are needed for the body, what does that profit them? See, that's just like Richard telling me, we got to get some land, man, go and do our own damn thing. With land, on our own land, if we're not ready to stand up and fight, ain't nobody giving us nothing, man. Where's your 40 acres and a mule if they're giving you anything, Richard?
Come on.
They ain't giving you a damn thing but some more lies, man. They keep you complacent. It's time to stand up, man. I ain't giving you Negroes a damn thing, man. Hell, half of you ain't got your damn stimulus check. And you angry about that? But when the boss comes around, you take your damn hat. Oh, yes, master. Oh, yeah. Drop your damn head and start itching in places, scratching in places that doesn't even itch. Because you're weak. You're not a man, you're a boy. See, a real man's willing to die for his nation. Not walk around with damn picket signs talking about I can't breathe. When you read anything about protesting in the Bible, Israel? Hell no, man. You read anything about marching in the Bible? Yeah, when they march off to battle. That's the only time we march. They marched off to battle in ranks. Not with no damn picket signs. You girded up your loins and you marched off to war. Where's your works? You got your women willing to stand up before you, man. Shame on you. Thus also faith by itself does not have works. It's dead. That's James 2:17, man. Tell all of these damn Israelite camps that out People are sick of you preaching, man. Marty, you keep falling out. You just damn talking, man. Making your people feel good. They drunk off your damn the wine. You're drunk off the damn wine of the fornication, the harlot, and you making our people feel good. Give them damn feel good talk. But when I say, listen, man, I'm ready. I'm ready to put my life on the line. Let's do the anti-police brutality commandos, man. You Negroes are not stepping up because you're cowards, or you'll kill each other. You're ready to put a burner to my head and blow my brains out because you're a damn coward. That's how much you hate your damn self. Because every time you look at me, you see you and you hate yourself. That's why you kill your damn selves in the hood so much. You're a bunch of damn cowards, man. But you're not really about that life. When it comes to the real enemy, you're running scared. Bunch of damn Hussein Bolts in the hood. Running from the real enemy. Then to show how damn loyal you are, you keep participating in the murder of your brothers and sisters because you're cowards. That's most of our people, man. I want to hear what these damn Israelites are on. Damn real cowards, man. Oh no, we gotta wait on Hamashiach. Yeah, all right. Okay. So what are you gonna do now? We're still being lynched. We're being lynched by people that call themselves police that's supposed to serve and protect us. I'm reading this from the Bible, man. Marty Mar, every time you come in the room, you fall out. Clean like linen, you wasn't, but you fell out also. You Negroes, you love to be on the sideline, man. That's your history, man. You're cowards, man. And you know I'm telling the truth. Where was you when Hamashiach was getting put to the cross? You was on the damn sideline. Peter running like a damn coward. Oh, no, Lord, I would never deny you. Before the cock crowed thrice, you deny him. See, that's you, man. Aren't you tired? Aren't you sick and tired of being sick and tired? You always got an excuse when it comes. Listen, man. The only thing they're gonna respect, man, if we retaliate. Now, you see, it's not the time. Well, when is the time, man? Why don't you tell me, DJ James, when the hell is the time? When is the time, T? Why don't you tell me, Richard, when is the time right? John Brown, what's your excuse? How come you ain't down with the commandos? These Negroes ain't trying to start no revolution.
Look,
build no nation. Trying to get back on the damn plantation. Now, what you got, Marty?
Look, man, if the brothers don't see what's going on right now, man, this is the time. This is the definitive moment, man, if you're going to be about something. I mean, this is bullshit, man. You're going to just keep doing the same thing. This brother's trying to give you something, man. This is real, man. Be a part of something that will never go away, that will strengthen our people, man. That's what this is, man. This is God's work for real. What the fuck it, excuse me. You know what? I know this is real. I know these brothers feel despair, man. This is your country, your land. This brother is getting ready to give you something. He got his people in place. Yasha Beam right there. And Steph, this is a strong organization. This is what this is going to be. It's going to be something that never go away. You're going to wish you was a part of it. And I'm going to tell you, this is God's work for real. You selfless and great dudes, because we got some people, but they're gonna wish they was here, man. Don't wish you was here. Get in with us, man. We trying to help you. Ain't nobody here trying to take nothing. These brothers here, I'm telling you, man, if you feel anything, I know you can feel it. Raise your head up, look into the distance. This is what's up, man. Look, he building something that if you don't be a part of it, you ain't gonna never ever be able to face yourself. This is greatness, man. This is what we aspire to. This is what the Most High sent him here to do. Look, look. I don't care what nobody ever says. I say the Most High is his right hand man. I swear it is. This is what's up, man. You gotta believe in something. You gotta believe in something. Caught up on nothingness, man. This is everything you always wanted, man. This is what you look for. Just didn't know it was there. It's here. You know what? If you that fucking weak and excuse me, kind, down like that, but you know I mean it. I'm telling you, look, if you knew the truth, it shouldn't even have to come to that. You should effing. This is something that some people we understand that it was kept from you. I'm an old man. This brother right here, I seen people come and go. You know, I used to look for Q&A in books, questions and answers. This is not hypothetical. This is your salvation. You know it is. Now he's a humble man. Look, he ain't that humble because he gonna give it to you. Just the shit he give you, you should pay. You know, we're gonna support our first line. Yashibin and his other generals and stuff. Even though, man, I'm no man. Look, I know what this is about, man. I always did. I searched for it. They used to whisper in the dark. You don't know who the fuck you are. You got to know. Look, if you don't know, that's part of the problem. Let me tell you something. I'm back, man. If you ain't part of the solution, you're part of the problem. You can't pretend to not know. And if you don't feel nothing, the lifeboat ain't coming from Khan. You know it ain't coming from. You know, this is can't you see people should see what's happening around them. It's happening all around you. People are waking up all over the world. I'm telling you, I ain't trying to convince you of shit. But if you want to be in the kingdom, you better get your mind like that. You know what? This brother right here in Nashville, they've been doing this a long time. You ain't gonna never ever get salvation like they getting ready to get. This is everything, everything. You know what they used to call it? The Moors used to call it. You have to know who the hell you are. Why would you want to die not knowing that? That's kryptonite to your system. I'm telling you, it's kryptonite to you. If you're not part of the solution, where you're part of the problem. And the most time you think that you can turn your back and then lollipop in the it don't go like that. You know it don't, Kahan. This is for warriors, man. You know, he trying to keep families straight, safe and everything. Show you what he know. Ain't no brothers know what these brothers know. These some young brothers that their heart is in it. We're gonna bring thousands, and if your ass ain't in, blame yourself for being stupid. I swear. You know, I don't make this shit up. I swear I don't. Everything I say, I live this life, man. I lived it. I don't know shit like you don't know. The only person that ever
I just, I want to say this, right?
go ahead,
You hear a lot of Israelites, they talk about getting land and so on and so forth. And on that land, unless they have, everything that they need on that land, which they won't, It's going to take years to get that. When they travel abroad, they're still going to be getting harassed by the damn cops. You're going to be more of a target, and you're probably going to get lynched a little damn quicker. See, that's their scapegoat for not standing up and defending them damn selves. That's their scapegoat. They don't. You're cowards, man. And I'm talking to every single Israelite camp
They're gonna wake up, Khan. They
that
can
does
do
not
it. They're gonna
that's
do it.
not
They're gonna,
willing
we're gonna
to
call
defend
them out if
themselves,
they
man.
don't do it. Look, you know what? They go to hell. Look, I'm gonna tell you, I don't care what people say about me. No, the Most High, He picked me up because I believed in, I worked hard for His respect. This is about something. So if you don't want to do it on this is the test. Because past this, you
Yeah,
flunk, and it's
you're
all.
breaking up a lot, Marty. I can't hear
I'm
most of
sorry,
what you're
Khan,
saying.
but I mean, you know what I mean. I'm gonna leave it alone. You know, you get
Every
hurt
other
my
word
heart.
that you're saying is kind of breaking up.
Okay,
But
Khan.
you know, people just keep creating excuses while almost every time you turn on the television, more of us are dying. And then you got these simple black people worried about Donald Trump. Well, why don't you stand up and defend your damn selves? If you go to these damn gun stores, you see Esau in there buying up all the damn ammo and guns. Every time I go in one, there's 2 or 3 Jakes and 95% Edomites up there. And your sorry ass, you don't get caught with your pants down. You don't get caught with your damn panties in a wad, and you don't wish that you had listened, man. These are the last days that we're living in, man. And you keep waiting on Christ, right? With your faith, but you got to have works in that, man. James 2:18 says, but someone will say, you have faith and I have works. Show me your faith without your works, and I will show you my faith by my works. You see what I'm saying? By my works. What is your works? What are you putting in? You just sitting on the sideline talking, man. Israelites keep creating excuses. Hey, yeah, ain't nobody on the street. Man, you ain't doing a damn thing. You believe that there is one God. You do well. Even the demons believe and tremble. But do you want to know, oh foolish man, that faith without works is dead? That's James 2:20. Was not Abraham our father justified by works when he offered Isaac, his son, on the altar? Understand what the scriptures are saying. He had to offer a life. He had to offer a life on the altar. That's his son, man. Someone that he loved that came out of his loins. He had to offer that life. Yeah, Abraham, I know you believe in me. You got faith. Just like you Israelites, you standing on them corners, highways, and byways, talking about returning Hamashiach, but you don't have no works. You Negroes are coming to nothing, man, and you might be 2/3. Because where's your works? Oh, yeah, I'm going out. You're preaching. You ain't doing a damn thing. Okay, so damn what? What are you going to do now? When are you ready to stand up? When your daughter, your son, or you got a damn noose around your neck or a chokehold? That's a noose. A police chokehold. Or gun you down. You go for a jog, they gun you down like they did Brother Aubrey. You don't have any works, man. Your faith is dead. It's weak. It's not even weak, it's dead. Do you see that faith was working together with his works? See, Abraham had faith, yet he also had works. He was willing to give the life of his son. And by works, faith was made perfect. So if you ain't got no works, man, and you wonder why I be banging on these Israel, man, you guys are not real. I see right through you, man. I see right. You guys are not real, man. You're actors. You're actors and actresses. When it really comes down to it, where are you? They see me. You think they don't watch? They see me. Oh yeah, Tyler's dark. You can get someone killed. That's what they send in the background. They cowards. And what are you going to do? Just keep being docile on the damn sideline, watching your people get murdered, lynched on the damn sidelines. That's what you're going to continue to do and overeat. James 2:23 says, and the scriptures was fulfilled, which says, Abraham believed Yahweh, and it was accounted to him for righteousness. And he was called the friend of Yahweh. You see? Then that a man is justified by works and not by faith only. So where's your works? Telling you, man. All of you that can lawfully own weapons need to get them. You need to defend yourself, man. This is the only language that oppressors understand. It's self-defense. And in self-defense, you resist the oppression. You resist the tyranny in self-defense. Scripture goes on to James 2:25 says, likewise, was Rahab, the harlot, also justified by works when she received the messengers and sent them out another way. For as the body without the spirit is dead, so faith without works is also dead. All of you Israelites under the sounds of my voice, you need to read the book of James, the 2nd chapter, again and again and again until you get that damn cowardly spirit off of you and be ready to stand up and man up. Like it says in the book of Job, gird up your loins like a man. You never want to come in on these kind of talks. You want to do it in the background. I had one damn coward. He told Yashabin, see, I'm a different kind of dude, man. I'll kill people out. Yashabin, he's a look. I'm a different kind of dude, man. I tell you straight. I don't give a damn what you think of me. If I offended you, I meant to. Guy tells Yashabin, oh yeah, I don't really want to go out with you guys. I'll help you financially, but that's okay. But you're not a man. You're a damn wimp. You want to operate from the background. Unless you're an elderly man, you know what I mean? What you're doing is good, but it's not good enough. Because you're not taking no risks. You're operating from the background. Here you go. Just like that. That's like Tom, right? You understand what I'm saying, Israel? That's like Tom talking. Here, take this. Don't tell I give it to you. Okay, appreciate that, man. But where we really need you is on the front lines with us. And you're not willing to do that. So you know what? You can keep your damn money. I don't want it. What's going on, Donald?
No, that motherfucker don't stay in no house. She ain't even want to pay taxes.
We don't need that language, man. She needs to put that energy where it needs to be. I bet that's directed towards one of our own people. You dig what I'm saying? It's the kind of thing I'm talking about right now, man. Find out who the real enemy is, man. We got to stop fighting each other, man. And you know, direct that energy towards the real enemy. Because we are really at war, man. We're in the trenches, man. And people still want to talk peace. Better defend yourselves, man.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Donald Johnson. Go ahead, Marty.
Oh, that's what's up, man. That's all I got to say.
to be ready tomorrow, huh? So I can watch that man.
Donald Johnson, what you got?
Say, okay, I got it. Thank you for
I think it's just time for us to do something.
Anyone else in the room have anything?
What you mean different, Donald?
Besides marching and protesting, that's not going to get it done. That's not going to accomplish anything.
Got a true leader here, man. This is what's up, man. We got to go with this, man.
Oh, hold on.
We got to grow, man.
Go ahead, Donald. What you said?
that march ain't gonna bring a bunch of shit.
The marching and protesting is not going to get it done.
They done set that shit out 2 years.
Because it's been going on for centuries now. It's time to stop. Time to put an end to it.
You're breaking up, man. We can't understand what you're saying.
Who you talking to? You too?
Let me.
Anyone else in the room? Clean like linen. You was in the room, man, but you fell out, man. Guess it got too hot up in here for you. Donald Johnson, we can't hear you. You're like really broken up badly.
Can you hear me now?
A little clear now.
Okay. Yeah, it's time for us to stop that. It's time to put an end to all the police brutality and all the unfair codes and statutes and regulations. It's time for the policymakers to change their ways. It's time to move on to something better for what they call the black race. It's time to move on to something different.
Okay.
Something better for us as a people.
Okay. I mean, it's obvious, you know, the police is out of control, man. You get pulled over, you don't know what's going to happen, man. You don't know what's going to happen. They got a chip on their shoulder. They got a system that helps cover it up, and it's been going on far too long.
And the policymakers are not helping at all. They're not.
Well, I mean, that's who's orchestrating.
They're not even thinking about it.
That's who's orchestrating it. The policymakers. They're behind it. It would never be able to continue if the policymakers wasn't behind it. The people that's passing these so-called laws, they're behind all of this. These laws that's on the books, the policymakers are behind that. Yep. And America shows us her true colors when so-called white Americans stand up and try to, argue for racist statues to continue to be a right. What they're really saying to you is, listen, nigga, I don't give a damn what you think. We're gonna keep this up, and they'll try and use, we shouldn't destroy a statue, something like that. They want to keep their history there as a reminder to keep you docile, to keep you in fair.
Well, that's psychological warfare right there. They the statue, the John C. Calhoun statue that's down here in Charleston. They had a group of people fighting to keep that up, saying it's their history and BS like that.
Yeah, those kind of people right there. Those are kind of people. I hasten to tell you guys, those are the kind of people that's going to be involved in race wars, man. I mean, they're basically telling you, they use words like right and so on and so forth. The far right. That's just another way of saying neo-Nazi or Ku Klux Klan. And then they're trying to play on your emotions and talk out. No, that's not what I meant. It's exactly what you meant.
Con.
Why would you? That's kind of symbolic. Let me show you how ridiculous this is, right? It's showing you that you're still nothing but a nigga to them, right? Because that's symbolic to these so-called Jewish people keeping memorials of what Hitler did. You know, keeping ovens and things around as a reminder. And Nazi Germany saying, "Well, this is our history." You understand what I'm saying? It's the same thing because those statues represents the same thing.
Con.
So there's a new day today, man.
Con. When I lived in Virginia for a bit growing up in Slovakia, and in elementary school they taught us about all the Confederate soldiers and stuff and the Confederate sergeants, Robert E. Lee, and we had to study this stuff to pass the test. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy how they kind of force like supremacy subconsciously into you too. You know what I'm saying? Because they made us study these supremacists. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
Come on. Yeah.
I urge everybody on the call, like you already said before, Kahan, to just to arm yourself. If you have the ability to do it, do it. It's just how it is. Practice the Second Amendment.
Yeah, but isolated is not good, man. This anti-police brutality commandos, this thing should be growing into thousands, man.
Con.
Our people are just damn wimps, man. It's hard to respect these people, and I can see why other people don't respect you. Because you're really weak, man. You're disgusting, man. Most of our people disgust me, man. You'll fight your own people, but when it comes to time to stand up and defend yourself against a real enemy, you don't have any fight left in you. You're just full of excuses. That's what it is, man. Anyone else got anything, man? Donald Johnson, I hear what you're saying, man. Get about five. Get about 5 or 10 brothers down at Johnson that's really to stand up and defend themselves. Then yeah, man. Now then I feel you.
I don't know if that's possible.
I hear you. If not, then we're done, man. We're finished. If not, we're finished, man. Who's going to save us then? Looking for your enemy to save you? Or are you waiting for Caesar Borgia to save you? That's not going to happen, man. All the faith that they have in the world is not going to save them, man. People got to understand that, man. Some of our people just need to be, just tied to a damn tree and made to listen, man, to be deprogrammed.
Con.
To listen, man. In your mind, because your war is in your mind, man. They did a hell of a job on you, man. That damn Willie Lynch syndrome is a powerful thing, man. Because that's what's going on.
I feel you. I mean, I tell brothers about APBC and they say, "Oh, that's good. That's good. Keep it up." I'm like, "Oh, you should join, bro. This is for our people." They say, "Oh yeah. I'll get on that. I'll check out the channel." Just talking like, man, I'm tired of a lot of things and a lot of people, to be honest.
Something's gonna have to happen to him, man. You know what happens generally? When they get their ass whipped by a cop and damn near killed, then they, oh yeah, man, I need. Nah, man, you stay right over there. That's typically what happens.
Yep.
But even then, they not going to stay consistent. They only going to be enraged for as long as the injuries is present. You know what I mean? After like 2 or 3 months, it's back to normal.
Yep.
So history repeats itself, man. See, what happens is when they don't do shit, they don't realize even back when they had the slave trade and all that kind of stuff, there were people that sacrificed their lives for others. It is everybody's job, man, to get out there and believe in something. Because if you don't stand for something and believe in something, you'll never ever see your way out of here. You will never see the kingdom. This is about something. If they just want to be a part, if they try to understand being a part of something, it will encompass their lives. It will embrace them in such a way. I'm telling you, this is the time to believe. You see what's going around in the world today. It's telling you something. And the Quran is right. You know, I mean, only once in a good while you get some good brothers like him and Yasha. They don't want shit from you. They truly are trying to do something that you do not know about. If you give them a chance, it'll be the greatest gift in your life. It will be hands down the greatest gift in your life. And you know, I'm older than you brothers. You know I mean it. And you know what? And I'm telling you, this is God's work, man. When you don't help, sit back and you know it. Think who and what you are. Man, he's light on you. He tell you a bunch of sorry maps and stuff, but these brothers work really hard, man. There's nothing like what they do, man. They trying to save your life, your soul. Let them show you, man. You got to believe in this, man.
And
This
Nathaniel
is a
Maccabees, you need to connect your mic before you could join the conversation.
I'm sorry,
Nathaniel Maccabees, you gotta connect your mic before you could join the stream. Your mic's not connected, Nathaniel Maccabee.
no more of that kind, but you know I'm right. I mean, you know, if they just knew and tried, man. You got two of the most dedicated brothers,
You know,
selfless, man.
Eddie Gregg. Unless you're gonna stand up and do something and shut up, man. You see what he put in the room? Unless you're gonna stand up and do, yeah, man, that whole talk thing. We're not really interested in that, man. Unless you're standing up to do something, you want to join in. We don't want to hear about human trafficking and all of that. You're diverting the conversation right here. What we're talking about right now is outright lynching of our people by police and other so-called white people, and now so-called Hispanic people. This is what we're dealing with, man. So unless you want to talk about that, don't come in and try and divert the attention to human trafficking. We're talking about what's going on with our people. This is a stance for our people. Because it's not just our people that's being human trafficked. That's happening with many of these nations. But we're talking about these lynching, these murders, these police killings of our people. Hey, Brother Maccabees, what you got?
Shalom, brother. How are you?
It's slow. Think you might be frozen up. We can somewhat hear you.
Okay, yeah, I'm out here in Minnesota, man, and the temperature out here, man.
Yeah, you're breaking up really bad. Is it just me?
Like
Can you hear him, Israel?
He breaking up bad.
Yeah, you're breaking up really bad, but we can't really hear you.
Yeah, can you brothers hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you a lot clearer now. Come.
Okay, yeah, I took you off the Bluetooth. Yeah, yeah, man, it's time for brothers to stand up, man. Real talk, man. Like all this, cowardness and fear of dying in the midst of you're already gonna die within. Like, man, what do they gotta show you, man? Like, I don't get it. I really don't get it, man. You know what I mean? Like, bro, you banging their corpse, bro, you become submissive, you work their jobs. At the end of the day, bro, I'd rather die as a man, bro. Real talk.
Come.
You know what I mean? And it's sad, brother, because a lot of the brothers seem just like they don't get it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
It's like they're living in some shell where they actually believe they got a shot. Like, we're talking about systematic hatred. This isn't just racism. This is systematic hatred. The entire system from the top to the bottom has been created. The system is not broke. So all those that hear this, the system is not broke. It is working at optimum level. And this is the way they created it. It's supposed to be this way. So we have to either break loose, and it can't happen by a bunch of petitions. It can't happen by you requesting and asking. This is something we gotta take. We gotta take the kingdom, man. You know what I mean? Like, every day, bro, I'm sick of it, bro. Getting up, my phone's ringing, message after message. Every day somebody's being hung, somebody's being smoked in the streets. And then on the flip side, you got our own people doing the same goddamn thing to each other.
Yeah.
Bro, this is getting ridiculous, bro. Like, I can't even function, B. Like, real talk. I can't even function. Because I'm like, yo, I get in my car, I go to the store. Yo, is this going to be the day that I get pulled?
Right. You don't know what's going to happen.
Calm.
You go to work, you go to your job. You know what I mean? I'm in Minnesota. This state's 93% white. You feel me? So if you work in corporate America, industrial America, you're surrounded by these Caucasoids. You know what I mean? And they get the dings just like you do. They get the Instagram messages. They get the Facebook messages. They get the tweets about another black man so-called murdered, another black woman so-called burnt up. You know what I mean? Like, they get this stuff too. They know the tension's in the air, but they playing this game. You know what I'm saying? They killing you. They put rocks and they hiding their hands, man. You know what I mean? And it's gonna take brothers to stand up. So, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna say too much more, but I'm with it.
Hey, brother, let me ask you a question, man. I used to work there for Northwest Airlines back in the day, right? They're huge in Minneapolis. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And you know what, man? And they are like Scandinavian people. They had the reputation for being the most racist airlines out of all of them. And you know how many airlines it was, I'm telling you. Minneapolis, I used to go back there and work there for them, and get to where our people were, you'd have to drive like about 15, 20 miles just to get to them, And it was one of those situations where the people never came together at all.
So Eddie Gregg said, you can't fight racism with racism. Hate will only bring more hate. You need to get your whole out of your rectum, Eddie Gregg, or whoever's rectums you got it in. We're not racist, man. We're reacting in self-defense. What are you, stupid? Are you really that stupid? Get it right there, man. That right there incenses me, man. He gonna act stupid like he can't see what's going on. And so that's that damn same spirit right there that they always use to get our people to go back being docile. That's why a lot of them won't stand up. You see what I'm saying? Oh, you can't fight. How in the hell are we being racist? We're being lynched. This didn't just start in a vacuum. This has been going on for centuries. And it's continuing to go on. You're talking about create allies. How we don't create allies with people we can't trust? Because I'm gonna hit you with something, right? If you was truly allied, we wouldn't have to stand up and speak out against this. You would have already been doing it. If the so-called white people was really in favor of black people, not one single black would have to stood up and spoke out against this. You would have spoke out against your own people. So you're guilty by your acquiescence, by your silence. And that's the truth. Your silence allowed this to continue on for so long. So that's what it is, man. I want to hear your damn peace talks.
On the people that ain't even communicating with you, when this go down, man, they're gonna really see what you tried to give them, man. Because you know, this don't look good, man. But okay.
Yeah, man. So you know, things are getting worse, man. You know, I go into gun stores. It's 96% Edomites in there buying as much damn ammo as they can, buying as many weapons that they can. And the hell you think they're gonna use them for hunting? They're gonna be used for hunting.
Hunting us.
But you're gonna be the hunter.
Gone.
Go ahead, Eddie Craig. You're not muted.
You're really low. You're really low.
You come in with the laser beam eyes. I remember him on here before.
You cannot fight racism with racism. You cannot fight hate with hate. You can't do that.
Hey,
All you can get is more hate, more racism.
The brother Eddie Gregg, this time don't the prophets describe these other nations as natural law enemies? I mean, I'm confused on what exactly you're reading.
Okay. Racism is a construct. Hate is a construct.
Hold on, we can't even hardly hear you. I can't even hardly hear you. Something's going on with your mic.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you a lot clearer now.
Okay. So racism is a construct, meaning that it was made. I can take a child of every nation.
Listen, man, before you come with this BS, listen. It was made by your people. Right? It was made by your people.
You don't know me.
Yeah, it was made by your people.
Say that.
It was made by your people. That's a fact. Racism started with so-called white people, right? That garbage came from your people.
Did it? Because I read history books, man.
I don't give a. You know what your problem is?
I read history. I read the Bibles.
By your people.
I've read every one. You can go all the way back in any Bible you want, and you will find bias.
That's that YouTube dude, man. I know his voice. I heard him before, man. I know you, man. You don't know nothing, and you stopped short at everything. I know who he is. Go ahead, though.
Then please prove my words incorrect.
Esau hated his brother. Esau hated his brother.
Yeah, you know, at that point, man, all of that's irrelevant. So, in the face of over 400 years of hate from so-called white people,
where did it start?
Anything about damn hate, man?
Where did it start? Where did it start? Where did the 400 years of streamlined slavery start?
It started with your people.
It started in the Kingdom of Congo with the Portuguese.
No, it's
yes, it did.
No, the hell it didn't. You know what your problem is?
What are you talking about? There were slaves 10,000 years ago.
Th-
There's
that-
still
Sovereign.
slavery today.
Listen.
We changed the name to human trafficking.
Let-
That is
listen,
what
man.
it's called
Let-
today.
let-
Just
listen.
like
We
shell
don't
shock
want to hear.
is now
We don't want to hear your
PTSD.
whitewash jargon
Oh,
on this damn channel.
that is just
That
an
was
ignorant
slavery.
mind.
That's
We
that
can do
dude,
it slaves in the
Sovereignty International. That's who he is. So that's you. I know that's you. Am I right? Sovereignty International. That's just who it
Yeah,
is.
this guy's a damn idiot. Of
Yeah,
course
that's
there
who
was
he is,
slaves.
man. I heard that dude. I
Now,
got a good memory.
hold on a second, Marty. Let me clear something up. This guy's a jackass and an idiot. Of
Yeah.
course there were slaves back then. There were slaves dating all the way back to the beginning of time, but they did not treat people like these damn beasts treat people. Slaves had rights. You understand what I'm saying? Slaves
Yep.
wasn't hung from damn trees and riddled with bullets and had their spleens cut off and had their penis emasculated and their fruit of their womb snatched out until the damn white man came on the scene and started doing that to people. That came from your people, man. That has nothing to do with our people. Our people didn't treat people like that, man. Slaves had rights, man, but not with them. They cut damn people's foot off for wanting to be free, man, because that's in his nature, man. And you don't come on here and trying to talk some damn peace talk. You can't fight hate with hate. That's ain't no damn hate. This is rebellion. You see what I'm saying? You see the trick that this damn beast used with words? This is not hate. This is rebellion. It's self-defense. That's the same damn jargon that Esau used. Oh, you're rioting. You're not rioting. You're rebellion. You're rebelling against wickedness. See, there's a difference. When someone rebels, that means you've been oppressed by someone. So you're rebelling back. That's not like just going out and attacking someone. Can't talk that foolishness to me, man. That's what Esau always does. He try and go and use one of our own against us. Well, your people done it to yourself. You a damn lie. We don't want to hear a damn thing you got to say. I read history. We don't want to hear about your damn history books. That dumbed us damn enough. We don't want to hear that damn bull crap after the damn Renaissance. Go and burn all of those. You want to do yourself some justice. Your people done the damn injury to you because you don't know real history. Bring that damn garbage around here, man. Damn demon, man. Oh, they want to come around to a peace after they done you going back to the damn Congo. What the hell does this have to do with what's going on right now, man? And what happened over here on the so-called damn Western Hemisphere? North, Central, and South America. And everywhere else in the damn country that they had as their slaves. So he's a damn beast, man. There's no hope for someone like that, man. And you trust people like that, man? You damn clowns out there marching with people like that. That's how they keep putting your damn docile behind back to sleep, man. Then we talk like this. They tell us this is hate, man. They censor your damn speech because they don't want you waking up. They don't want someone like me to wake people up, man. They put your behind back to sleep with someone like him. Oh, yo, we can't fight hate with hate. So what the hell are we supposed to do? Continue going on like we're going? Talking doesn't work with these people, man. Someone come at you violent, you defend yourself in self-defense. Someone trying to use a damn weapon on you in self-defense, you use the damn weapon on him. That's self-defense. There's no law against that, man. That's the law of nature, self-preservation. I don't give a damn who it is. That's the laws of the Most High, man. And until you get in this mindset, man, until you get in that mindset, you're never going to be free, man. What's damn peace talk going, laying down, getting dogs, four-legged dogs sicked on you by two-legged dogs, and you suffering peacefully. You falling up in a damn ball. Those days are over, man.
That's who that was, though, Kahan. That was that dude, Sovereignty International. I swear
Man,
to
I
God.
don't care who he was, man.
He's a
I don't
sucker.
care who he
Look,
was.
that dude there is one of them dudes you used to talk about, used to get people in trouble, man, with that bullshit. You know what I mean? Because it is. I know his voice, man. I
Yeah, I
don't.
don't. You're putting energy on something. My point is, Marty, it doesn't matter. There's
Yeah,
plenty of Eddie Greggs out there,
okay.
and those are the people that keep putting our people back to sleep. I don't care who
Con,
it is.
Okay, man. Yeah.
There's plenty of them out there. That's what's going on, man. That's what's going on. You seen this protest. How in the hell you calling yourself a revolutionary and you got enemies within your midst? You're not no damn revolutionary. Can you really trust them?
No.
Anyone that comes in like that, you see the spirit that he came in. This dude should be coming very humble after what his people has done. He ain't coming with no damn humble spirit. But you're gonna bow down in the end, man. And your elite know it's true, man. You're already being wiped out. That's why they turning it up, man. They're being wiped out, man. Don't you know every time they lay down with us and have sex, they're being wiped out? How people disgust me, man. And you got things like that going on. Our people. This is why, man. I'm telling you, Nathaniel, man. I get less and less respect for these damn Israelites daily because they're weak. All they do is talk, reading scriptures, man. You're standing on a damn corner reading scriptures, looking in the sky, waiting for chariots. Negro, please. You better go and read the book of James, the 2nd chapter. Because your faith without works is dead. You're nothing but Ezekiel's valley of the dry bones, man. That's our people, man. That's why the Hamashiach says, only give me a small remnant, man. So only give me a small remnant, man. The scriptures say some of us got to die for this. But they don't want to do that. Oh, no, I can't do that. I'll let that be cause of die. He says some of you would die for my name's sake. What are we doing? We telling the truth, man. They call us rebels. We're not rebels. We're rebelling against an oppressive system.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Who's next? See, that's the question. Who's next? Might be me. Might be you. What are you going to do? Wait until that moment comes?
Wow.
Yeah, brother. This, speaking of, they space cadets, man. Like you said, man, they heads in the clouds and they're not worried about what's going on right here on planet Earth. You know what I mean? Like, the writings of, man. You know what I mean? There's really no getting around this thing. You know what I mean? Like, you can talk peace all you want, peace, peace, peace. Like the scriptures say, you know what I mean? Like, something along the lines of, as a woman travailing, so shall destruction draweth not. You know what I mean? Like, somebody wants to hold hands. How you holding hands with the very people, are the very people who, you know what I mean, smile in your face, and then when you turn around, they throwing knives and darts at you. You know what I mean? Just like the evidence just presented itself. The man who just came on the line want to talk about Congo. What about the Americas, man? What about what happened here? Slaughtered so many people over here that there is no evidence of it. You got to go back to the ancient writers to figure out what happened over here. What about the Negro race that was over here living gloriously, keeping the law? You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy, man. Like, it makes me beside myself just to the arrogance of these people, man. Very arrogant and haughty. And you know what? This is well, man. Very arrogant and haughty. Like, okay, let's go with the premise that the Mashiach is going to come out of the clouds. Why would he save you and you not even willing to save yourself?
Con.
Like that?
It's the same, yeah, I mean, it's the same Jesus story, but they only put a Hebrew name to it. You see what I'm saying? They'll skip over faith without works is dead. Meaning you got to get out there. You see what I'm saying? Tom, all we got to do is study history, man. The Most High didn't just go and kill off all of these people, right? Anytime Israelites went to war, you had to physically go to damn war. You understand? You had to go to war, man. David had to go to war again and again. Saul had to go to war. You understand? You might have been outnumbered, but he said, "Oh, don't worry about the numbers. I'm going to be with you." So, but you had to have those works. You had to be willing to get out there and do it. Oh no, I'm waiting. A cut's going to come from the sky. Okay. Roger that. Keep waiting. They got over 400 years now. Some of them gave up their cars and all of that. Some of them died waiting. Better get your minds right, man. Who will follow someone like that, man? They spook in the Most High, man. They make the scriptures, just cater to them, to their mindset, to cater to their fear, cater to their cowardice.
All the time while they got their foot on your neck. In every aspect of society, they got their foot on your neck.
Come on.
Oh, hey, how you doing today? Hope everything's going good. Knowing that you live in hell.
Yep.
The programming. I mean, you can't even turn on the television. You can't even do that without getting programmed. I mean, from the top to the bottom, man, is wickedness. And I'm in no way going, overlook the fact that, we're partly responsible for the servitude that we're in because we went against the Most High. But, these things are over with now, man. You know what I mean?
Right.
Are you familiar?
Yeah, man. I would say they're highly responsible, man. They don't want to change it. They don't want to do anything to make it better.
Well, yeah, but in that plan, it talks about the rising of the Black Messiah. And this was going to be all of the so-called Negro race rising up to against the oppressors. And in that document, it says that they are aboriginal to this land. This is their heritage.
Big, what's up?
So they will, you know what I mean? And it's like, now people don't get it, man. You know what I mean? I hate to say it, man. It's going to take a great slaughter, but I'm not getting slaughtered.
Yeah, I get it, man. It's fair. It's fair, man. It's fair. They'll go in against you or I, man. They go in against their own brother. That's their self-hatred. It's deep embedded, man. Deeply embedded.
Come on.
It's going to take something big to wake people up. I don't know what it is, but
people, man, they done a hell of a job. People are gone, man. Their brains are fried.
Wow.
Remember that commercial? This is your brain. This is drugs. Any questions?
This is your brain on
drugs. This is your brain on white nationalism. You won't break it, man. That's a hell of a damn drug right there, man.
Come on.
Dang. I see what I mean. Right now, man, we're repeating how we physically stayed on the plantation so long. They just like this, they wouldn't stand up, man. That's what it is, man. So I'm about to bring this to a close, man. We'll be back on Most High willing 8:30 tonight at a Bible study, man. And I'm actually going to talk about the Maccabean revolt. Maybe that'll get them motivated, man. And the largest so-called slave rebellion, not so-called, but slave rebellion in the United States, which is a rebellion of 1811. Maybe that'll get them in the right damn spirit to see that your freedom is not going to come about, man, by anything besides you standing up, by some work. By some work. That's it. Yeah, man. We might be able to say a few more of them, Stefan the Don, but first they got to know that they're slaves. They don't even think they're being slaves, man. They don't even think they're slaves, even though they go watch a video go viral of a so-called black man being lynched by a lynch mob with guns and badges before the whole world. And you continue to suffer peacefully. You don't know you're a slave. You say, well, I'm not related to her. And you go out and loot. What the hell that got to do with anything? They going out and stealing Gucci for a man's life. People are messed up, man. Oh, people messed up, man. So yeah, man. I guess to those that'll be back on at 8:30 tonight Eastern Standard Time, we'll see you then. So now I'm gonna say shalom, man. Again, you want to join the anti-police brutality commandos? The email address is in the room. I know you're scared, but Job 38:3. I know you're scared. Job 38:3. Gird up your damn loins like a man. Sissy.